Welcome to ASK Tutorials. This is our C programming series and we are learning arrays in a C. In this video we are going to see about the multi-dimensional array. Let's get started with the video. A C programming language allows multi-dimensional arrays. We can define a multi-dimensional arrays in a simple words as an array of arrays. Data in multidimensional arrays are stored in a tabular form. The general form of a multidimensional array declaration is here the data type, then the name of a array and a size of a array. This is how we declare a multidimensional array. Then the following declaration creates a three-dimensional integer array. This is an example for the three-dimensional array. Now we will see the two-dimensional array. The simplest form of a multi-dimensional array is a two-dimensional array. A two-dimensional array is in essence a list of one-dimensional arrays. To declare a two-dimensional integer array of a size x and y, you could write something like as follow: the type, array name and x and y. A two-dimensional array can be considered as a table which will have x number of rows and y number of columns. In the x, we are here written x, there you should give the number of rows in an array, and where you written a y, there you have to give the number of columns in an array. A two-dimensional array A which contains 3 rows and 4 columns can be shown as follows. This array contains 3 rows and 4 columns. This is a array. How the array will store the elements, where the array size is 3 and 4. Thus every element in the array is a array A. Our array name is A is defined by an element name of the form A of ij. Initializing a two-dimensional arrays. A multi-dimensional arrays may be initialized by specifying bracketed values for each row. Following is an array with 3 rows and each row has 4 columns here. We declared here array is 3 rows and 4 columns, and we initialize the elements of the array inside curly brackets. First row will be 0th row. Second row is second row is indexed by 1 and the third row is indexed by the 2. Because array will start from the 0th position, so first row is indexed by 0 and second row indexed by 1 and third row indexed by 2. Like this we can declare the array elements one more type. We can declare the array element. This can be shown as below. In this type also we can declare the array elements inside a curly bracket. Accessing two-dimensional array elements. An element in a two-dimensional array is accessed by using the subscript, that is a row index and a column index of the array. Example here it is a integer val and array of 2 and 3. Here it is saying that access the element from the array of the second row and third element of the row column. The above statement will take the fourth element of the third row of the array. This is the array, and it's telling us that example is telling us that you should have to take the element from the second row. This is a second row, and from there you have to take the element from the third column, and this is a third column here. Index is a third and second index is a means second row here. So it will take the element which is given in a dark yellow box. This can take the element like this. Now we will see a program. First we declared here a preprocessor command, then we declared a main function, we open a curly bracket. Now we are going to declare the array of a size 5 rows and 2 columns. Here we declare the array, integer type array, 5 rows and 2 columns, and in a curly bracket we declared the array elements there. Then integer variable I and j, output each array elements values. For condition, for displaying the array elements we used here a for. Then we open a curly bracket. Then again we used a for. Here we used a nested for loop. In a inner for loop, printf statement is given there. Then we closed our outer for loop. Then we return value as 0 and we closed the values. How the output will display for this? Like this, the output will come for the program. In a printf statement we are given there a of ij. It will display the a of ij's values. Now we will see how we gotten this output. Our first array is a size is a 5 and a 2. 5 rows and 2 columns. And we gave their elements declared already. So it will create a 5 rows and 2 columns, and elements are stored inside the array. Our first condition is there. For I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus. Here I is equal to 0. So, and I is less than 5 is true. So, it will go inside a for loop. Our condition is a true here. So, it will come inside a inner loop. Then, their condition is a j is a less than true. Our j is equal to 0 here, and j is a less than 2 is true. So it will print the a of ij is equal to 0. Here we got a i's value is a 0 and j value is a 0. So I of j equal to 0. Then I value is a 0. Then I will be incremented. Now we got a j is equal to 1 and j is a less than 2 is true. So it will print the a of ij is a 0 because at the first row and a first column the value is a 0. So we got the value here as a 0. Then j will be incremented. Now the j is a 2 and j is a less than 2 is a false. So it will go to the outer loop. When it will go to the outer loop, that time I will be incremented. So now I is a 1 and I is a less than 5 is true. So it will go inside a loop and it will check the inner loop condition. And inner loop condition tells us that is true because j is a 0 and j is a less than 2 is true. So it will print the value of a of ij is a 1 because at the first row and 0th column we got the value is a 1. So it print 1 and then j will be incremented. Now we got a j is equal to 1 and j is a less than 2 is true. So it will print the a of ij is equal to 2 because at the first row and first column we got value is a 2. So it will print 2 and j will be incremented. Now we got a j as a 2 and j is a less than 2 is true. Sorry, it's a false because j is a equal to 2. So it's false here and it will return to the outer loop and I will be incremented. Now I is equal to 2 and I is a less than 5. is true, so it will go inside a inner loop, and inner loop condition will be checked there. Now our inner loop condition is a true here because j is a less than 2, and it will print a of ij is a 2 because at the second row and 0th column we got a value as a 2, so it will print a 2 and then j will be incremented like that. At the value condition is a true here, then at a of ij means at a first row and first column we got a value as a 4, so it will print 4 and j will be incremented. Then it will check the condition is a false, so it will go to the outer loop again and j will be incremented. Now we got a I is a 3 and I is a less than 5 is true, so it will go inside a inner loop and inner loop condition will be checked there. Inner loop condition is a true, so it will print a of ij is equal to 3. Now again it will check the condition, j is a less than 2 is true, so it will print a of ij is equal to 6. Now we got a of ij, I position is a 3 and jth position is a 1, means at a third row and a first column we got a value as a 6, then j will be incremented. Now our condition gets fails, so it will come to the outer loop and I will be incremented. When it come to the outer loop, the I condition is a true here, so again it will come to the inside a inner loop and inner loop condition will be checked, condition is a true, so it will print the value a of ij is equal to 4, then j will be incremented. Again it will check the condition is a true, so it will print a of ij. A of ij means now at a fourth row and a first column we got a value as a 8, then j will be incremented. Now we got a condition as a false here, so it will come to the outer loop and I will be incremented. Now we got I as a 5 and I is a less than 5, condition is a false here, so it will stop the execution and program will stop working there. This is how we got an output for here two-dimensional array. Thank you for watching the video.